Have you had any dairy products today? Imagine opening your refrigerator in the morning. There's the usual carton of milk, the creamy yogurt you love so much, maybe a piece of cheese for dinner. These products feel so familiar, so safe and nutritious. Since childhood, you have been taught that milk and dairy products are good for your bones, rich in calcium, and important for your health. But what if I told you that some of these seemingly harmless foods in your fridge could be secret health killers? The shocking truth is, not all dairy products are created equal. While some can actually act like medicine for your body, especially for people over 60, others are like a slow-acting poison that promotes inflammation, weakens your immune system, and can even increase your risk of cancer. A groundbreaking study by the Harvard School of Public Health, which tracked over 120,000 people for more than 20 years, revealed shocking links between certain dairy products and serious health problems. The researchers found that people who consume the wrong dairy products every day have a 32% increased risk of heart disease and a 28% higher risk of developing prostate cancer. But here's the insidious part. The most dangerous dairy products are often advertised as the healthiest. They carry labels such as low-fat, probiotic, or enriched with extra vitamins. Millions of people, especially seniors, buy these products believing they are doing something good for their health, while unknowingly harming their bodies. Dr. Walter Willett, one of the world's most renowned nutritionists and a professor at Harvard, warns, the modern dairy industry has created products that have little in common with traditional, natural milk. Many of these industrially processed products can do more harm than good. Imagine what it would be like to wake up in the morning feeling energized instead of tired and bloated, when your digestion works smoothly instead of being plagued by discomfort, when your skin glows instead of being inflamed and irritated. All this can be possible when you learn to distinguish the right dairy products from the wrong ones. Before we dive into this life-saving information, I would like to warmly welcome you to our Clar Vital family. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell. Here at Clar Vital, we bring you scientifically backed health tips every week, designed specifically for people over 60. Join our community of over 150,000 people who have already discovered how the right nutrition choices can transform their lives. In this video, we'll reveal the 7 most dangerous dairy products you should ban from your fridge immediately, and introduce you to the 7 healing dairy products that act like natural medicine for your body. Prepare to be shocked by what you're about to learn. Dairy product number 3 on the dangerous list will leave you speechless. The 7 deadly dairy products you should never eat. Dairy product number 7 you should never eat. Flavored milk and milk mixed drinks. It's a warm afternoon, and you're thirsty. They're lined up temptingly in the supermarket fridge. Chocolate milk, strawberry milk, vanilla milk. You think to yourself, it's just milk with a little flavor. It can't be harmful. But this is where one of the most insidious traps of the modern food industry lies. These sweet milk drinks are actually sugar bombs in disguise that burden your body like liquid candy. A glass of standard chocolate milk often contains more sugar than a can of cola. While you think you're drinking something healthy, you're actually consuming up to 25 grams of sugar at once. That's about 6 sugar cubes in a single glass. But that's not the worst part. The combination of milk sugar, lactose, and added industrial sugar creates a perfect environment for inflammation in your body. Dr. Frank Hugh of the Harvard School of Public Health explains, this combination of different types of sugar overloads the pancreas and can lead to insulin resistance with repeated consumption, especially in people over 60. A study by the American Heart Association found that people who consume sugary milk drinks daily have a 46% increased risk of type 2 diabetes. This is particularly alarming for seniors, whose metabolism is already slower. Imagine what happens in your body when you drink this sweet milk. Your blood sugar skyrockets. Your body frantically releases insulin to cope with the sugar shock. Then comes the inevitable crash. You feel tired, irritable, and soon crave sweets again. It's a vicious cycle that ruins your metabolism and systematically undermines your health. But the sugar trap isn't the only problem. These drinks often contain artificial colors, flavors, and stabilizers that can trigger headaches, skin problems, or digestive issues in sensitive people. Carrageenan, a commonly used thickening agent, is suspected of promoting intestinal inflammation. How to protect yourself? Always read the ingredient list. If sugar, syrup, or sweet additives are among the first 3 ingredients, steer clear. Instead, opt for pure, unsweetened milk, and add natural sweeteners, such as honey or fresh fruit if desired. Dairy product number 6, you should never eat. Low-fat and light yogurts with added fruit. Here's one of the biggest lies of the food industry. Light yogurt is healthy. Millions of people, especially women over 60, reach for these colorful cups every day, believing they are doing something good for their figure and health. The reality is shockingly different. When manufacturers remove the fat from yogurt, they also remove the flavor and satiety. To compensate, they pump it full of sugar, artificial sweeteners, and a frightening amount of additives. A typical fruit yogurt contains more sugar than ice cream and less real fruit than you can imagine. The advertised fruit in these yogurts is often nothing more than sugary jellies, artificial flavors, and colors. A study by the Consumer Reports found that a 150-gram cup of strawberry yogurt contains just 6% real strawberries, but over 15 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than the World Health Organization recommends for the entire day. Professor Tim Spector of King's College London, a leading expert on gut health, warns, low-fat yogurts with added fruit are a disaster for the gut flora. The high sugar content feeds harmful bacteria, while the lack of natural fats blocks the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. But here's the really scary part. Many of these light yogurts contain aspartame, acesulfame K, or other artificial sweeteners that can be particularly problematic for people over 60. A long-term study by the University of Iowa found that women over 50 who consume artificially sweetened products daily have a 30% higher risk of heart disease. Artificial sweeteners can also damage your gut flora and, paradoxically, even lead to weight gain. Dr. Susan Swithers of Purdue University explains, artificial sweeteners confuse the metabolism and can trigger cravings for real sugar. Imagine eating yogurt every day because you want to lose weight, but instead you are programming your body to crave more sweets and damaging your gut health in the process. It's like a bad joke, but for millions of people, it's a bitter reality. Removing the natural fat from yogurt has another devastating effect. Without fat, you cannot properly absorb the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. This is particularly problematic for people over 60, who often already suffer from vitamin D deficiency. Dairy product number 5, you should never eat: industrial processed cheese and cheese substitutes. Imagine opening a packet of processed cheese to make a quick sandwich. The yellow, perfectly shaped square looks like cheese, tastes somewhat like cheese. But here's the shocking truth: it's not real cheese. It's an industrially produced artificial product that contains more chemicals than natural ingredients. Real cheese is created through a natural fermentation process using only 3 ingredients: milk, salt, and rennet. Industrial processed cheese, on the other hand, is a Frankenstein product made from milk powder, vegetable oils, emulsifiers, stabilizers, artificial flavors, and a frightening amount of phosphates. These phosphates are particularly dangerous for people over 60. Dr. Jaime Uribari of the Mount Sinai School of Medicine warns, excess phosphates accelerate the aging process, weaken bones, and strain the kidneys. In older people, they can even contribute to cardiovascular problems. An alarming study in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases showed that people who regularly eat processed cheese products high in phosphate have a 40% higher risk of kidney disease. For seniors, whose kidney function is often already impaired, this can be life-threatening. But phosphates aren't the only problem. Processed cheese often contains hydrogenated vegetable oils, which can contain trans fats. These trans fats are like poison for your arteries. They raise bad cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and promote inflammation throughout the body. The insidious thing about these products is that they are often advertised as rich in calcium, but the calcium in industrial processed cheese cannot be properly absorbed by your body because it is blocked by all the additives. It's like eating chalk and hoping it will help your bones. Another frightening revelation: many processed cheeses contain sodium aluminum phosphate as a melting salt. Aluminum is suspected of contributing to the development of Alzheimer's disease. A French study found that people with high aluminum exposure have twice the risk of dementia. Dairy product number 4, you should never eat: industrial ice cream and milk ice cream with additives. Ice cream is a comfort and a treat for many people, especially on hot days, or as a sweet ending to a meal. But industrial ice cream has almost nothing in common with traditional, natural ice cream made from milk, cream, and sugar. It has degenerated into a chemical cocktail that can systematically ruin your health. Modern ice cream often contains over 20 different additives, emulsifiers, such as polysorbate 80, which can damage the intestinal mucosa, carrageenan, which promotes inflammation, artificial colors, which have been linked to hyperactivity and cancer, and stabilizers, such as guar gum, which can cause bloating and diarrhea in sensitive people. Dr. Bernard Signereau of the French National Institute of Health and Medical Research conducted a study of over 100,000 people and found that people who regularly consume highly processed dairy products, such as industrial ice cream, have a 12% higher risk of cancer. But that's not all. Industrial ice cream is often whipped with air to increase its volume and save costs. This technique, known as overrun, can result in up to 50% of the volume being nothing but air, so you're paying for air and getting fewer nutrients in return. The dairy products used often come from cows that have been treated with growth hormones and antibiotics. These substances can accumulate in milk and cause hormonal imbalances when consumed regularly, which is particularly problematic for women going through menopause. A particularly insidious ingredient in many industrial ice cream varieties is high fructose corn syrup. This syrup is metabolized differently than normal sugar and can lead directly to fatty liver, insulin resistance, and belly fat. Dairy product number 3 that you should never eat: spray cream and artificial cream products. Now we come to a dairy product that is so far removed from nature that it should not really be called a dairy product at all. Spray cream from a can and other artificial cream products. These seemingly harmless, convenient products are chemical bombs that can burden your body and cause serious health problems. Real cream consists of only one ingredient: milk fat. Spray cream, on the other hand, is an industrial artificial product made from hydrogenated vegetable oils, sugar, artificial flavors, stabilizers, and a propellant that forces the cream out of the can. The most commonly used propellant is nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas. Dr. Marion Nestle, professor of nutrition at New York University, warns, these products have about as much in common with real cream as a plastic tree has to a real tree. They contain a frightening amount of trans fats and artificial additives that the human body cannot process. The most alarming aspect of spray cream is the hydrogenated vegetable oils. To make vegetable oils solid, they undergo a chemical process that creates trans fats. These trans fats are so dangerous that they have already been banned in many countries. They clog your arteries like glue and dramatically increase your risk of heart attack and stroke. A study by the Harvard School of Public Health that followed over 80,000 women for 14 years found that those who regularly consumed products containing trans fats had a 53% higher risk of heart disease. For people over 60, whose cardiovascular system is already under strain, this can be fatal, but trans fats aren't the only problem. Spray cream often contains carrageenan, an extract from red algae that is used as a thickening agent. Studies show that carrageenan can cause intestinal inflammation and increase the risk of colon cancer. Dr. Joanne Tobacman of the University of Illinois warns, carrageenan can damage the intestinal barrier and promote chronic inflammation. Another alarming problem is the high content of advanced glycation end products, AGs, in these artificial cream products. AGs are produced during industrial processing and accelerate the aging process. They cause your skin to age faster, damage blood vessels, and can even contribute to diabetes. Chan. Dairy product number 2, you should never eat: probiotic drinks with sugar and artificial cultures. Here comes one of the biggest scams in the modern food industry. Probiotic drinks that are marketed as health elixirs, but are actually more harmful than beneficial. These colorful bottles in the refrigerated section promise better digestion, a stronger immune system, and radiant health. The reality is shockingly different. Most commercial probiotic drinks contain more sugar than actual probiotic bacteria. A typical 100 ml bottle can contain up to 10 grams of sugar. That's 2.5 sugar cubes in one tiny sip. This sugar feeds the harmful bacteria in your gut and negates all the positive effects of probiotics. Professor Tim Spector, author of the bestseller The Diet Myth and a leading gut researcher, explains, most probiotic drinks are counterproductive. The high sugar content damages the gut flora more than the few surviving probiotics can help. But that's not the worst of it. Many of these drinks contain artificially cultivated strains of bacteria that were developed in laboratories and have little in common with natural gut bacteria. These lab bacteria can disrupt the delicate balance of your gut flora and even trigger allergic reactions. A frightening study by University College London found that 85% of probiotic drinks do not contain the advertised number of live bacteria. Many even contain harmful bacteria or are contaminated with mold because quality controls are inadequate. Dr. Satish Rao, a gastroenterologist at the Medical College of Georgia, warns, for people over 60, these sugary probiotic drinks can be particularly harmful. They can contribute to diabetes while weakening the immune system they are supposed to strengthen. Another problem is preservation. To make probiotic drinks shelf-stable, they are often pasteurized or treated with preservatives. These processes kill most of the probiotic bacteria, so you end up drinking nothing more than an expensive sugar drink. The aggressive marketing campaigns for these products are aimed particularly at older people who are concerned about their health. But instead of promoting health, these drinks can accelerate diabetes, promote inflammation, and damage the natural intestinal flora. Dairy product number 1, you should never eat: UHT milk and ultra-heat-treated dairy products. And now we come to the most shocking dairy product of all, a product found in almost every German household and drunk by millions of people every day without them realizing how much it is damaging their health. UHT milk, also known as ultra-heat-treated or UHT milk. UHT milk is heated to 135 to 150 degrees Celsius for a few seconds to make it last for months. But this extreme heat treatment transforms the milk into a completely different product, one that your body hardly recognizes as natural food. Dr. Russell Jaffe, a renowned biochemist and founder of the Health Studies Collegium, explains, ultra-high heating not only destroys vitamins and enzymes, but also alters the protein structure so drastically that it becomes intolerable and even inflammatory for many people. The heating process denatures the milk proteins and makes them difficult to digest. At the same time, advanced glycation end products AGs and other toxic compounds are formed, which promote inflammation and accelerate the aging process. A study by the University of Milan found that people who regularly drink UHT milk have higher inflammation markers in their blood than those who consume fresh milk. But that's not all. The extreme heat also destroys the natural enzymes in milk that are important for digestion. Without these enzymes, milk becomes difficult for many people to digest and can lead to flatulence, bloating, and digestive problems. Researchers at ETH Zurich made a particularly alarming discovery. UHT milk contains significantly higher levels of furan, a substance classified as possibly carcinogenic by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Furan is produced during extreme heating and can accumulate in the body over many years. Dr. Ton Bars, a milk researcher at the University of Kassel, warns, UHT milk is a dead product. All of the natural, health-promoting properties of milk have been destroyed by processing. What remains is a white liquid that looks like milk, but is a completely different product from a biological point of view. To get the 7 healing dairy products you absolutely need. But now comes the hopeful part. There are actually dairy products that are not only harmless, but can actively help your health. These 7 dairy products are like natural medicine for your body, especially if you are over 60. To get dairy product number 1, you absolutely need raw milk from grass-fed cows. Real, unprocessed raw milk from cows that graze on pasture is one of nature's most perfect foods. This milk contains all the original enzymes, vitamins, and beneficial bacteria that nature intended and can work wonders for people over 60. Raw milk from grass-fed cows is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which fight inflammation and protect the heart. It also contains higher amounts of vitamin K2, which ensures strong bones and healthy arteries. A study by Washington State University found that milk from grass-fed cows contains 5 times more omega-3 fatty acids than milk from cows kept in barns. The natural enzymes in raw milk, especially lactase, help digest the milk. Many people who cannot tolerate pasteurized milk can drink raw milk without any problems. Dr. Ted Beals, a pathologist and raw milk researcher, explains, pasteurization destroys the enzymes that nature has provided for digesting milk. Raw milk is a complete, balanced food. Track Tenrapaxu product number 2 that you absolutely need. Traditional kefir without additives. Kefir is a fermented milk drink that has been valued as a health elixir for thousands of years. Real, traditional kefir contains over 30 different probiotic bacterial strains, making it one of the most diverse probiotic foods available. The probiotic bacteria in kefir are much more diverse and stable than those in commercial probiotic drinks. They survive stomach acid better and can colonize the intestines. A study by Stanford University showed that people who drink kefir daily have a significantly more diverse and healthier gut flora. Kefir can be particularly valuable for people over 60 because it strengthens the immune system and reduces inflammation. Dr. Elie Metchnikoff, the Nobel Prize winner who discovered the probiotic properties of fermented milk products, wrote about the life-prolonging properties of kefir over 100 years ago. Dairy product number 3, that you absolutely need. Real yogurt with live cultures. Real, traditionally made yogurt is a true superfood, especially for gut health and the immune system. But be careful, not all yogurt in the supermarket is real yogurt. Real yogurt is made only from milk and live yogurt cultures, without sugar, artificial additives, or preservatives. The probiotic bacteria in real yogurt, especially Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus, can improve digestion and strengthen the immune system. A long-term study by Harvard Medical School, involving over 120,000 participants, found that people who eat unsweetened yogurt every day have a lower risk of type 2 diabetes. Dairy product number 4 that you absolutely need. Traditional hard cheese made from raw milk. Real hard cheese, made from raw milk and matured for a long time, is a concentrate of nutrients and healthy bacteria. The long maturation process, which often takes years, transforms the milk into a completely different product, one that is rich in vitamin K2, calcium, and probiotic bacteria. During maturation, complex flavors develop and bioactive peptides are created that have blood pressure lowering and anti-inflammatory properties. Dr. Giuseppe Licitra, from the University of Catania in Italy, a cheese expert, explains, traditional hard cheese is like a living ecosystem. The good bacteria work for months to transform the milk into a highly concentrated superfood. The vitamin K2 in mature cheese is particularly valuable for people over 60. It directs calcium to the bones where it belongs and keeps it out of the arteries where it would be harmful. A study by Maastricht University showed that people with high vitamin K2 intake have a 50% lower risk of heart disease. Real hard cheese made from raw milk is also rich in conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a fatty acid that can help you lose weight and protect against cancer. Parmesan, Pecorino, and other traditional hard cheeses contain up to 10 times more CLA than processed cheese products. Dairy product number 5 that you absolutely need. Fresh cream from grass-fed cows. Real fresh cream from cows that graze on pasture is a true gift from nature. It is rich in fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, and contains important fatty acids that your body needs for optimal health. Cream from grass-fed cows has a different color. It is more yellowish and creamier than industrial cream. This is due to its high content of beta-carotene and other carotenoids, which act as antioxidants and protect your cells from damage. Dr. Stefan Guyanet, a neuroscientist and nutrition expert, explains, cream from grass-fed cows contains optimal ratios of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids and can help reduce inflammation. A study by Newcastle University found that cream from grass-fed cows contains 50% more omega-3 fatty acids and 40% more conjugated linoleic acid than conventional cream. For people over 60, who often suffer from inflammation, this can make a significant difference. Schemduendeverkamsend. Dairy product number 6 that you absolutely need. Buttermilk from traditional butter production. Real buttermilk, not the sweet liquid from the supermarket, but the natural buttermilk produced during traditional butter making, is a probiotic wonder. It is created when cream is churned into butter, and the remaining liquid is rich in valuable bacteria and nutrients. Traditional buttermilk is naturally probiotic and contains bacteria that aid digestion and strengthen the immune system. It is also rich in phospholipids, which are important for brain health. A study by Ghent University found that people who drink real buttermilk regularly have better cognitive function. Dr. Kiran Krishnan, a microbiologist and probiotic expert, explains, real buttermilk contains a unique blend of probiotic bacteria and bioactive compounds that cannot be found in any other dairy product. Buttermilk is also easier to digest than regular milk because fermentation has already done some of the work. For people over 60, whose digestion is often less efficient, this can be a major benefit. Dairy product number 7 that you absolutely need. Goat milk products from free-range goats. Goat milk and goat milk products are real treasures for people who don't tolerate cow's milk well or who want to optimize their diet. Goat milk is more similar to human breast milk than cow's milk and is therefore often better tolerated. The protein structure in goat's milk is different from that in cow's milk. It forms smaller, softer curds in the stomach, which are easier to digest. Dr. George Hainlein of the University of Delaware, a leading goat milk researcher, explains, goat's milk is naturally homogenized and contains smaller fat globules, which makes it more digestible. Goat milk is also rich in medium-chain fatty acids, which have antimicrobial properties and can strengthen the immune system. It contains more vitamin A and selenium than cow's milk and fewer allergy-triggering proteins. A study by the University of Granada found that goat milk can help improve iron absorption and prevent anemia, a common problem in older people. Goat cheese and goat yogurt retain these benefits and offer additional probiotic bacteria. How to make the right choices. Now that you know the truth about good and bad dairy products, it's important to know how to make the right choices when shopping. The dairy industry is a master at making unhealthy products look healthy. But with the right knowledge, you can avoid these traps. First, learn to read labels like an expert. When it comes to dairy products, the rule is simple: the fewer ingredients, the better. Real milk needs only one ingredient: milk. Real yogurt needs only two: milk and live cultures. If you see a long list of ingredients, especially ones you can't pronounce, steer clear. Pay special attention to hidden sugars. They often hide behind names like fructose, sucrose, glucose-fructose syrup, maltodextrin, or even natural sweetness. A healthy dairy product doesn't need added sugar. Look for clues about where the milk comes from. Terms like grass-fed, pasture-raised, or organic are good indicators. Milk from cows that graze on pasture is more nutritious and healthier than milk from factory farms. When buying cheese, look for terms such as made from raw milk or traditionally aged. These cheeses have retained their natural properties and contain more nutrients than industrially processed varieties. Avoid products with long shelf lives. Real, natural dairy products spoil relatively quickly because they do not contain artificial preservatives. If a yogurt has a shelf life of several months, that's not a good sign. The price can also be an indicator. High-quality dairy products cost more because they are more expensive to produce. But remember, you are investing in your health. The few extra dollars you spend on good dairy products can save you thousands in medical bills in the long run. Look for local producers and farm shops in your area. Many farmers sell their dairy products directly and can tell you exactly how their animals are kept and how the milk is processed. This is often the best source for high-quality natural dairy products. The transformation starts today. Imagine how different your life could be if you implemented these simple but powerful changes. Think about what it would be like to wake up in the morning feeling energized instead of sluggish and bloated, when your digestion is working smoothly instead of being plagued by discomfort, when your skin glows and your joints are supple. This isn't fantasy. It's the promise that the right dairy products can deliver. Every sip, every bite is an opportunity to help or harm your body. And the beauty of it is, the choice is yours. Start today with small steps. Swap your UHT milk for fresh whole milk from a local farm shop. Replace your sugar-rich fruit yogurt with real, unsweetened yogurt with live cultures. Try kefir instead of a probiotic drink full of sugar. Pay attention to the changes in your body. Many people notice positive effects after just a few days. Better digestion, more energy, clearer skin. These small improvements can add up to big changes in your quality of life. Share this knowledge with people who are important to you. Your family, your friends, your neighbors. They can all benefit from this information. Getting healthier together is not only more fun, it also amplifies the positive effects. Remember, every dairy product you choose is a decision about your future. A decision about health or illness, vitality or weakness, a long, fulfilling life or a life full of ailments. If this video has opened your eyes, share it with others. Press the like button if you found this information valuable, and don't forget to subscribe to our Claire Vital channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any of our life-saving health tips. Write to us in the comments. Which dairy product have you been eating without knowing its dangers? And which healthy alternative will you try first? We read every comment and look forward to hearing about your experiences and questions. Your health is in your hands. And sometimes, it's the simplest changes that have the biggest impact. Choosing the right dairy products is one of those simple changes that can transform your life. See you in the next video, where we'll reveal more secrets for a healthy, energetic life after 60. Until then, stay healthy, stay curious, and make conscious choices for your well-being.